we got to have this conversation, right? Because I posted a post up, and a young lady in the comments said that if a man get a woman pregnant, everybody need to be held accountable. And I'm trying to figure out, how is everybody being held accountable if the man don't want the child and he let her know he don't want the child, but she had a child anyway, and he stepped up to the plate to say, I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna be a father. What her accountability is? She just forced fatherhood on the man. The doctor come paint this man a scenario. You can't have kids. I don't know what just happening, but this a miracle baby if she choose to have it. The woman could still go say, I don't want that child. I'm finna abort this child. He can't do nothing about that. There's no recourse for him. He has no say so. Where's her accountability at? Accountability have key aspects. One of those aspects of accountability is something called responsibility, right? Taking ownership of decisions and understanding the consequences of your actions. How can he take ownership of his decisions if she choose not to have a child? How can she take ownership of her decisions if she choose not to have a child? It don't work. Don't add up. Answerability. We got to stop the cap. Don't force father.
Welcome to another edition of They Never Should Have Gave You Negroes Microphones. Now, this man who looks like he spends his days and nights in the clubs trying to holler at 18 and 19-year-olds with Beijing splattered up his cheeks and a star chain on, he is speaking so passionately ignorant, which is actually a trigger for You're Triggered. But what can I expect from a man that's dressed like an extra in a rap video from the early 2000s? It's always the ones that couldn't pass the comprehension portion of their English exam that always want to break something down and they want to decipher it. Now, here he is talking about don't force fatherhood on men. No one is forcing fatherhood on men. There are a lot of men out here having intercourse without a condom and without a vasectomy. And you need to be self-aware as a man to know that safe sex doesn't exist. That anytime you have sex, even if you use protective measures, there is a potential of making a child. So if you don't want to be a father, then you do not have intercourse. And it's really just that simple. Use a fleshlight, sock, your hands, and then there's no risk of you becoming a father. Why don't you use some self-control if you do not want to be a parent? And my thing is this, is that it seems to be a lot of men's kryptonite is being a present and active father. And if you know that, then why are you out here risking it by having intercourse with anyone? And he's talking about, where is the accountability for the woman if the man says that he doesn't want to be a father? The accountability is that the woman has to carry the child, birth the child, and be the main caretaker for that child. That is usually what happens. And usually she will be the sole caretaker if the man is a deadbeat and says, well, I told you I ain't want no kids. I ain't want to be no father. Sometimes she won't even get child support. Or sometimes the man will say, hey, I'll pay child support, but I won't be there for the child because I don't want one. So what are we talking about? And then he mentioned, like, if the woman is pregnant, then she can get an abortion and the man has no say so. Once again, if you don't want a woman in charge of whether your child is born or not, then maybe you should reserve having intercourse with women that you are actually in a relationship with, like AKA your wife. You know, that way you know that she won't have an issue with being pregnant if y'all talked about it, and she won't have an issue with having your child just in case y'all have a slip up or if it's planned, or shocker, you could just keep it in your pants. I mean, what are we talking about? And, you know, it's funny because me saying keep it in your pants, we all know that that is too hard for the majority of y'all, and y'all will put it in whoever will allow y'all to. And that's the reason why y'all are really upset about this, in my opinion, is that you guys are not able to have intercourse with women that you truly like, that you're truly attracted to, that you truly respect. You're just able to have intercourse with somebody. And most of the time, it's somebody that you don't really like because y'all don't have anything to offer a woman of good quality. You know? And my thing is this, is that when there is a perceived double standard, or something that seems to be unfair for men, they come on this internet whining and crying about it every 2 business days. But when the double standards that exist for men that are their benefit, like being able to be a complete scumbag or ran through or for the streets, and not be judged for it, y'all are everywhere talking about that's just how it is. We're men. We're men, ladies. Accept it. There are double standards for y'all too. So then why y'all always crying about it? So just accept it and get out of here talking about some answerability and responsibility. Like, really, like I said, the woman is usually always responsible for the child. Does the majority of the parenting, the majority of the caretaking, the majority of taking the child to the doctor, the majority of comforting that child when something's going on. That is what the woman usually does. So what are we talking about? And of course, before the men come in and say, well, what about me? I'm a single father. You know what I'm saying? Or my mama didn't do this and that for me. Of course, we know that there are mothers that abandon their children and don't take care of them and leave the responsibility of raising them to someone else. But statistically, the majority of women do not do that. They stay and raise their children. And that is the ultimate responsibility. The ultimate accountability is having intercourse, getting pregnant, keeping a child, raising and providing for the child until they are able to do that for themselves. And in my opinion, conversations like this are just another way to put the blame on women for the actions of men. Because I could have sworn that intercourse is a 50-50 split. Both people have to be involved. So my thing is this, is that you cannot put it on the woman, period. If you don't want kids, don't be touching on women. It's really just that simple. And, I really don't like it when men try to act like they're these naive little children that don't know what's happening when they're having intercourse and they're being taken advantage of by women. Oh, look at her. Look what she did. And now she's pregnant with my child. It's all her fault. Stop the games. Stop the games. There is plenty of accountability for women. Y'all are literally out here shaming and degrading women who have children, telling them that they aren't even deserving of love or a relationship. I've seen so many threads where men have told women that have children that they should offer their body up to anyone who will take it because they simply have a child. I just saw a video of a lunatic. Okay, he's a lunatic, make no mistake about it, by the name of Marquette Devon, essentially saying that women's vaginas are ruined after giving birth in order to degrade mothers and say that they have no value. So please believe women who are having children or who are pregnant are definitely taking accountability. They have no choice. The world does not let them escape it. Can't say the same for men though, but I digress. If you watched this whole video and you really enjoyed it, please do me a favor and drop a 2 in the comments below, because you already know this man with his chin hairs, his face hairs, all the way up his cheeks. I really hate to see men do that too, by the way. But anyway, drop a 2 in the comments because this man is boo. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, that's no problem at all. Just do your girl a free favor. Follow your girl on TikTok while it's still here. I do live stream there exclusively. I also upload those live streams, okay, to YouTube. So make sure that you follow me on YouTube and hit that notification bell and that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of my new uploads. And as always, ladies, I really love to hear from y'all. So please drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.